Hello, good afternoon, students. Today we start the instrumentation of gas chromatography. So let's see the instrumentation that involved in the gas chromatography are the carrier gas, which is maintained at rapid and reproducible rate, then the sample injection system, then the separation column, the one or more detectors are used here, and the thermostated chambers for the temperature regulation of the column and detectors. Then and last the instruments, that is the amplification and recorder system, that is here used in the GC, gas chromatography. So here is the carrier gas. The carrier gas is maintained at rapid and reproducible rate by the regulator and the gauges. Then the gas passed through the carrier gas is passing through the column. Here there is a sample flow meter and here is a reference flow meters are used there. Then the sample injection pour here into the column, and when the sample is injected, it is converted into the gaseous state. Okay. Then after flow of carrier gas through this column, U-tube like a column, then here the sample is passing along with the carrier gas through this column, and here is a sample detector and here is a reference detectors, and these are connected to the bridge, and bridge analyzed by them and amplifying that data and giving in the form of recorders. Okay, so the amount of substance that get separated are collected in the fraction of the fractions of the samples are collected here, and the detector system and the column system are in the thermostated chambers to regulate the temperatures. There is a thermostat is used by here. Okay, this is the thermostat chamber which is used here, which regulate the temperatures of column as well as the temperature of the detectors. Now let's see the details of various parts of this instrumentations. Now first one is the carrier gas. So the carrier gas is inert. Mostly the carrier gas is used is inert gas. Okay, so the gas used is the inert gas is used. Inert gas is used for this separations by using the GC. The gas must be widely used carrier gas is the hydrogen, helium, nitrogen and air. So hydrogen has more advantages as compared to other gases, but it is dangerous to use as it is explosive. Then the helium is mostly used. Helium is inert gas and which is mostly used, but it is expensive, and because of its excellent thermal conductivity, inertness and low density, and it allows the greater flow rates, and therefore the helium is used as a carrier gas. So hydrogen has better thermal conductivity and lower density, but it may react with unsaturated hydrocarbons and additions across the unsaturated hydrocarbons, so it is not in use. But helium is inert gas and we can use for the separations in the GC. So the carrier gas have the different considerations. So let's see the following consideration. First one is it should be inert. First requirement of the gas, it should be inert gas and it does not react with sample as well as a stationary phase as well as the mobile phase. So as it come in contact with this stationary phase, mobile phase as well as along with the samples. Then it should be readily available in high purity. The carrier gas should be present in highly pure form. Then it should be cheap. It should be cheap and not cause a risk of fires. Hydrogen causes a risk of fires, or explosion hazardous is not occur by using this carrier gas. So it should give best column performance consistent with required speed of analysis. So these are the most important things that we can uh, take in mind so that we can select the carrier gas. Then second point is the sample introduction system. So sample introduction system here is injected into the column. So sample introduction system is very important because the sample we inject into the column must be present in the vapor, that is in the gas phase, and if the sample is present in liquid state, then at high temperatures the sample is entered so that it get evaporate into the vapor phase, and sample enters the column as a single slug. At a one single slug the sample is introduced into the column. Then liquid sample if we introduced by hypodermic syringe, then through the self sealing rubber, there is a rubber septum here, and the rubber, through this rubber septum there is small inlet chamber which may be heated to cause that liquid sample to get evaporate, and the temperature is not so high so that the sample get decomposed. So only the boiling temperatures of the liquid sample so that the sample is introduced into the column. Now the gas in a volatile liquid introduced directly. So the gases or the volatile liquid, okay, gases or the volatile liquids are introduced directly into the column. The gases are present in the gas state vapor phase, and the volatile liquids when enter into the column, now column is thermostated, that means the liquid get evaporate and form the vapors. So gas samples requires a special gas sampling valves for the introduction of sample into the columns. So into the carrier gas stream or into the columns. So let's see how the sample valves are used. There are two types of the sample valves. These are the purging and introduction sample valves. Let's see the diagrammatic purging and the introductions sample valves, special type of sample valves that are used for the introduction of sample into the flow of carrier gas. So see here the purging system, the purging valves that are used for the sampling. Okay, so here is a sample gas in, sample gas in, then there is sample loop here, and the sample loop is connected here, and then outlet. So sample gas in, then this is the sample loop, here is the carrier gas in, and here is carrier gas to the column. Now this is the purging sampling valves that are used in the GC. Then the another is the introduction valves that are used for the sample purgings, and these are like this. Again here sample gas in, and here is sample gas to the outside. Now again here there is attached to the column. Okay, so these are the introduction of the sampling valves for the introductions into the carrier gas stream as in the figure. So this is the purging and this is the introductions parts of the sampling valves. Okay, now third one is the column, and we will see in the next lectures, that is the column that are used in the GC. Okay, thank you.